Welcome. Welcome to this conference, which is actually a decimation conference to finalize an Erasmus Plus project, the social entrepreneurship development in the Baltic Sea region. My name is Bach. I'm chair of social entrepreneurs in Denmark. That is one of the 7 organizations that has conducted this project, where we want to cooperate and develop educational material and start network for organizations that support social entrepreneurs and social enterprises in the Baltic Sea region. Social Entrepreneurs in Denmark is a national network organization that has mainly 4 efforts to support social entrepreneurs and social enterprises. A large information effort through homepage, newsletter and social medias, events where we made network, meetings, conferences like this, study trips and other events to get knowledge to social entrepreneurs. We are involved in projects, national projects with partners and also projects with international partners like this EU project. And basically with partners from EU countries or from Nordic or from Baltic countries. So if you want to know more about social entrepreneurs in Denmark, you're welcome to visit our homepage. And you can also, at the conference here, talk to our people who is Lya, Niels Johan, and people sitting at the entrance if you want to know more. So this conference, first of all, we want to briefly document or report on the outcomes of the project that has been running from 2014 to 2016. And then we also want to put focus on one of the issues we have particularly touched in the project, namely social impact measurements, which is the debate issue for today. We have invited presenters from Finland, Poland, Sweden, Estonia and Denmark to talk and to share their experiences from their respective countries. And there are also participants here today from both public, private sector, decision makers, education, civil organizations and social enterprises also. As the purpose of social entrepreneurship and social enterprises is to create social impact, it's also important to be able to document that impact. And social impact measurement is actually a young field, and though a lot of work has been done, there's still a lot to do. So we hope that that we can contribute with this conference to put it on the agenda, and also just to simply have a debate between countries, because it's not actually very common among social enterprises or social entrepreneur projects to use developed models for measuring social impact. Today we would like to use the opportunity to have a dialogue or chance to develop, to talk about how we could actually develop common methods in the Baltic Sea area, and also how we could how we could solve the challenges that are actually facing us. That was the intro. Then I have some practical information, because it looks like today is a day with a little bit of international traffic chaos in planes and trains. So we have our keynote speaker from Estonia, Jan Abs, is hanging somewhere over Amsterdam right now, and will hopefully make it till 2 or 3 o'clock, so we will swap the program. We actually wanted to share the program, but I think we won't do that because everything is rescheduled. So I hope that Jan Abs will be able to join us around 3 o'clock, so we can have his presentation as the final presentation today, and then we will reschedule so everything fits. We will keep track of it, so don't worry about it. We'll have a discussion in the morning here about basically challenges, and in the afternoon on possibilities for cooperation. Lunch break is still at 12:30, so that remains. We'll videotape the conference here, so presentations will be available afterwards on our webpage or on the webpage for the project, which is socialenterprisebsr.net. This address will be available also later. Yes? Is there anybody who has questions right now? Otherwise, we'll just proceed. And of course, some people will come joining us as trains and planes come in from abroad. I hope it'll be okay. Good. I will introduce the next speaker, which is me. Yes. So the Erasmus Plus program, Social Entrepreneurship Development in the Baltic Sea region, is co-financed by the Erasmus Plus program. And I have to show all these disclaimers, and because it's EU-funded project. The project was granted in 2014 in September, and since then we had a first meeting in November between 7 partners, and from 2014 November till May 2016. Yes. Can I get you to go to the cupboard there and put up number 7? Just around the corner, and a door in, and then there's a machine in front of you, and number 7 should go up. Yes. Yeah. That was helpful. Good. She found the right. Yeah, that's much better. Yes. So anyway, from November 2014 to May 2016, we worked on developing educational materials, and had a few partner meetings. And from August last year, some of you might remember, we had a large conference, a roundtable conference on. Skal jeg tættere på? Good. I'll do like this. Is it better? Good. And now we have ended the finalizing period, where we will have 3 decimation conferences, one here in Denmark, one in Latvia, and one in Estonia in May. And the finalizing of the project will happen in August. So the 7 countries involved are Finland, Poland, Estonia, Denmark, Latvia, Lithuania, and Sweden. And we will have the Swedish partner joining us today, later on, and also our Estonian partner, if traffic if it will go with traffic. Yes. This is the visual image of the partners. So the background for the project is actually in the EU strategy for 2020, that states that the growth has to be delivered through a strong emphasis on job creation and poverty reduction. The strategy has 5 main points, and we have 5 main priorities, and we have chosen to focus on 2 of the priorities in this program, namely employment and poverty and social exclusion. I think the other ones are climate, education, and innovation. Social entrepreneurship in that context is a method that could be helpful and could be used to overcome existing challenges, and as the main aim of social entrepreneurship is to create positive impact on society. So when we looked at the challenges that this sector faced, it was obvious all over the 7 countries that social entrepreneurs and social enterprises lack visibility and specialized training, particularly in business skills. There's lack of support and networks and actual infrastructure in all countries. And there's also a lack of access to good financing possibilities. And there's lack of, you could say, a legal regulation or a legal framework. This also in the Danish context was spotted by the Danish government a few years ago during research. So the project activities that we wanted to focus on, to be able to have the overall purpose, you could say, was to have better educational and support for social entrepreneurship in the whole Baltic area. So in that sense, we wanted to facilitate the social entrepreneurship sector development in the Baltic Sea region through a proper adult education possibilities, and also we wanted to put focus on educating public bodies like municipalities, NGOs and other players and stakeholders who was relevant in terms of developing the proper tools for SE support, both national and on a regional level. We wanted to conduct research and uncover legal framework education and also impact measurement status in the different countries. And then we wanted to start an open educational platform in the Baltic Sea region where all the countries could contribute and could put in information on social entrepreneurship and social enterprise efforts. And then we also wanted to put focus on establishing a strong network in the region between organizations supporting social entrepreneurs. Specifically, this ended out in 4 intellectual outputs. Report, I can maybe show physically. A large report in English where a few pages is translated to the 7 national languages, so you will be able on our homepage to find also a small resume in Danish in the report. Otherwise, it's an 80-page report from the 7 countries with status on social entrepreneurship, going through. I'll come a little more specific through the individual outputs in just a moment. The second intellectual output was more about specific educational materials, like a video where social entrepreneurs shared their experiences running and starting a social enterprise. There's a publication on specific business models that you can use when you start a social enterprise, and there's also a publication on social impact analysis that Jan Abs from Estonia has actually been the author of. So hopefully he'll be here later to go in depth with that. There's a recommendation report we have made also on how municipalities could support the development of social enterprises. And finally, we have created a regional platform, the social enterprise bsr.net, where we want to share not only the results of this project, but actually to build the opportunity for social entrepreneurs and social enterprises or people interested in the field to be able to have a place to share knowledge and also to find each other. So the report is conducted or is put together by a study in 7 different countries, which I showed you before, and has mainly focused on 3 issues to uncover different stakeholders and the support they contribute with. The educational support for social entrepreneurs, where we in every country have uncovered stakeholders, and also a small report, state of the status on how impact analysis or social impact measurement is used in the different countries. The main report study, as I said, is available in English, and parts of the report is available in national languages, also at our website or on the Baltic Sea website. The other report is made by our, or the educational material is made by our Latvian coordinator in the program, our Latvian partner, who has put together different possibilities of choosing, or different models that you could choose when you want to start a social enterprise. Also, the publication have general advice on problems that you're facing starting a social enterprise, and on how to use social medias when you're a social enterprise. Yes. The social impact analysis workbook, I won't go so much into that, other than saying that Janus Kors is the author, and the book is basically a small handbook intended to help stakeholders to develop a method where you use the theory of change and develop it after the individual needs your particular effort or your particular social enterprise actually have. So it's based on experiences that the Estonian Network for Social Enterprises have had since 2012, and there are around 50 members in Estonia who is using this on a regular basis, which gives actually them much more material than we have available here in Denmark, where it's the empiry that is actually missing, or the practical experience in using social impact measurement. Also, this is available in English and in 7 national languages, and I have a Danish version here if you want to go through it. I'm sad to say that the finances in this project has not been, with the finances in this project, we have not been able to make nice prints of all the reports, but you can come up here and go through them in the breaks. Also, a video was produced that is available from the front page of our homepage or from the Baltic Sea region platform, with 2 social enterprises from Aarhus, and it's a half-an-hour movie going through different questions like motivation, social mission, business plan, product, services, organization, PR and marketing, funding, social effect, and then also focusing on different successes and challenges that these 2 social entrepreneurs has met during the start and running of their social enterprise. The recommendation report for public administration at municipality level in terms of effective tools stimulating development of social entrepreneurship startups was made actually to give a test on how long you can talk without breathing. But apart from that, the report is the recognition of the fact that local authorities actually play a very big role in the development of social enterprises. So the municipalities would be a very important actor to have on your side if you want to create a strong development in this field. So the recommendations are both for public institutions, but actually also for social entrepreneurs. So the large report is in English, around 80 pages, and then there's also a small, in a Danish context, 14 pages with the actual recommendations that you will be able to find also on our homepage. So I won't go through the whole set of recommendations, just mention that we have put this report together by desk research on the current status, and we have had surveys with 15 social enterprises in each country, and we have also had focus groups with experts and individual interviews with experts. And the 5 main themes touched in the report are new legal frames and legal practices, more attention and awareness on social enterprises, the strengthening of competences, particularly business competences for social entrepreneurs, and better access to finances. You will recognize the same issues here as I mentioned in the beginning, and more focus on the social clauses in partnerships and in the public procure, of course, as it is municipalities we're talking about here. You could say that it's not all that easy to make recommendations for 7 different countries with quite a different culture and different political systems. But anyway, what we saw was that even though some conditions are quite different from Poland to Denmark, for example, there's still a lot of recommendations that can be used. Maybe not directly, but then for inspirational purposes. Yes, the public administration then was basically recommendations to raise awareness about social enterprises, on education, strategic planning, financial support, and also non-financial support like advice and training, recommendations on how to conduct research and innovation, and then also cooperation with between social enterprises and local business environment. And particularly for social enterprises, the recommendation covered a legal framework, human resources in how to develop human resources in social enterprises, and also how to develop external support mechanisms and create an image that would further your status as a social enterprise. Finally, the platform that I mentioned where all this material is available, social enterprise bsr.net, was and the idea simply was to create a more, you could say, a point where social entrepreneurs and social enterprises from the whole region could be able to find each other, could find resources, and I will just go through what we have on the homepage already. We have a blog with relevant articles from the field where actually all 7 countries can contribute all the time. There's a database with now a little more than 130 social enterprises from the whole region. We still have only 18 social enterprises from Denmark who have registered. You can do that by simply register a form which will take you around 3 minutes. So please, if you're a social enterprise and didn't do so, you're very welcome to, or if you know some social enterprises that could benefit from this, please share the message. But the idea is that you would be able to find each other here, and further cooperation between not only organizations who support social enterprises, but also among social enterprises themselves, and maybe further cooperation and trade between social enterprises in the whole region. Anyway, that's the idea. So this is just a small beginning, and we hope to further it later on. There's a collection of different financial and non-financial support mechanisms. There's a calendar with events from the whole world where you can go and find conferences happening all over the world within this field. And then finally, there's also a collection of collaborative tools, IT and social media tools to use to further your efforts developing social entrepreneurship. So actually this project was just seen as the beginning of a cooperation in the Baltic Sea area, and the whole idea is to further the cooperation and expand the network. So we have actually applied for an extension of this project that Erasmus that we can have another Erasmus project from 2016 to 2018, and we have enhanced the network with the organizations from Norway and from Germany, so we can reach further geographically. And the whole idea is to strengthen the network still, and also strengthen this platform as a place where you can find information and share and cooperate. I think that was it for my part. Is there any questions? Yes?
I would like to ask, do you have any collaboration with the MS organization that are kind of covering Europe as far as I understand?
The
MS?
EMIS. Well, actually, the project is coordinated from Latvia, so our Latvian partner is taking care of external communication, and we have actually asked EMIS and also another EU project called NC that also consists of 5-6 different countries working or researching in social entrepreneurship. So the idea is for sure to create a larger network. And actually there is a European network where not just, or the Baltic countries are not part of the network, and quite some Scandinavian countries are also not part, but Holland, France, England, Germany, Italy, and other countries have actually within the EMIS system a network that we want to join also. Yes? Good. Thank you.